go.
At the end of today's video, I'll be giving away 3 $100 Amazon gift cards and 3 signed posters.
So sorry if y'all
Stay
feel rattling
tuned.
in the background.
So this story takes place back in high school here in the good old US of A. It was my second year of living here in the States, and by this time I was fully Americanized. I knew how to dress, I knew how to talk, I got my first girlfriend, I was on the varsity basketball team. I was here, okay? I made it. I also knew all the social cliques that made high school society what it was. I figured out where I fit in, which of course was with the basketball players. I also learned what groups to stay away from. 2 in particular stood out. The first group had clear red flags, the most obvious of course being the ones they wore in their belt. You know this group. Camel pants, trucker hats, parents probably didn't vote for Obama. You get the picture. That was the first group I learned to avoid. The second was a little more subtle. These guys I could accidentally get myself in trouble with because they were black. You know what I'm saying? Like, they looked like me, which is always deceiving. They're my people. But I assure you, I had very little in common with these brothers. They puffed organic leaf inhalers in the bathroom, sagged their pants to the floor, wore grills to school. A lot of them were tatted as These were the kind of black guys that made middle-aged white women nervous. Now, I avoided these dudes as well. Not because I was scared of them or anything like that. In fact, hood are hilarious, my G. But these fools were always in trouble with the teachers, school security, the cops. Like, I'm Jamaican, my G. I'm here on a green card, okay? I wasn't trying to get my ass deported by messing with these thug-ass cats. So, yeah, left that alone. Anyway, one day, my boy AJ comes to me after school and is like, yo, you want to go see a fight? So I was like, yeah, what are we still doing here? So we hop in his whip and we head over to the venue for the fade. We pull up and lo and behold, both of the groups that I tried to avoid were there. In fact, they were the ones who were fighting. Apparently during lunch that day, one of the whites and one of the blacks had some friction. The white guy probably called the black guy a monkey. The black guy probably said something about the white guy kissing his sister. Whatever it was, things were said and now a fade had to be ran. And a part of me was sad, man, because this scene showed me that toxic racial tension was still very much alive and well, even in the middle class community that I lived in, even among the younger generations. On the other hand, a much larger part of me was very excited because I wanted to see how this shit was going to play out. I mean, fuck history class, I got that shit right here, dog. So I, as well as the dozens of other students who heard about the fight, circled around the whites and the blacks as they prepared to run the fade. I, however, made sure not to stand too close, seeing that my skin color doubled as a team jersey in this situation. And I didn't want to get involved in this little race war. Although, to be honest, I wasn't too worried, seeing that my team was clearly the A side. I mean, let's be honest, right? There's a reason why blacks dominate most of the professional sports, but still, kept my distance. And then it happened. Somebody pulled the trigger to start off the brawl, and that trigger was a word that rhymed with trigger. And just like that, the brawl started, and I gotta be honest with you, man, it wasn't looking too good for the whites. I mean, the blacks just overwhelmed them offensively from the first quarter, putting the whites on the defensive pretty much for the entirety of the brawl. It was a complete massacre. I mean, the whites were just not ready. They did not prepare for the sheer firepower that the blacks had brought to the table. This one dude in particular, let's call him Rivers, single-handedly dropped 5 Confederates in quick succession. Bap, 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 bap. It was like watching the main character of an anime take on like the level 1 henchmen, like the ones that don't even have names. They're just the filler bad guys. It was vicious. Anyway, after about 5 minutes of this madness, somebody yelled those magic words.
Yo, somebody called the cops.
And nothing gets a group of black guys' attention more than that. So the fade stops, but it was clear who won this round. AJ and I ran to the car because, as I said, I was wearing one of the team's jerseys. And we all know that the cops aren't exactly the biggest fans of this particular team. And then we left. We went home, and that was that. That was the first high school brawl I ever went to. Moral of the story: racism is stupid. Yes, fighting solves nothing. And be careful of the people you associate yourself with, because trouble has a way of finding company among certain groups of people.
That was it for the video, you guys. I hope you guys like this video. I'm trying to see if I can grab Simba real quick, but is really not participating and trying to be in my video. So I finally got him because he's the shyest out of all of them, but he is the cutest out of all of them. Look at those eyes, bro. Hello. He's the cutest out of all of them, but he's the shyest. So yeah, if y'all want to know, I'm gonna tell you guys the story about these cats really quick. These cats actually lived in my backyard, and they had a mommy, but sadly the mommy jumped over our fence and got her neck caught in the fence, and next thing you know, she's dead. So we felt bad of leaving the cats. Yep, one cat just ran over my tripod. But anyways, and there's a freaking wasp in here, and I don't like wasps, bro. I don't like wasps. But anyways, so we felt bad and we caught the cats. It was actually very hard to catch them just because I think they never seen humans before, so it was actually very hard. We actually had to put a bucket where they were at. They were like under the house of where my brother has his motorcycle, so we had to put a bucket there, and then we had to put food in the bucket, and then we caught them individually. They never got into the bucket all in one, so we had to like flip over the bucket, like sneak behind the bucket, flip the bucket really fast, and they were just hissing at us. They never scratched us because they never actually let us get as close as to touch them, but we took like a fly swatter, like the other end of the fly swatter, not the dirty end, and just petted them with that oh my god, for a couple of days. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! I'm sorry guys, I don't like wasps. I don't fuck with wasps. Ain't nobody got time for no bees, no. Anyways, so we took them in. It took a couple of weeks, actually days, for them to warm up to us, but they're actually very comfortable with us. The one that's the most comfortable with me, that she's attached to me, is Misha, which is the one that I'm keeping. I'm actually giving them away for free. Not Misha, because Misha is mine, but my friend is coming to pick one up tomorrow, and then if Nala doesn't get a home, then we'll just keep her because she's awesome. And Misha was actually the one that actually showed the other two that we were good people. But anyways, enough with the blabbering. That was the whole entire little story about those little kitties. Well, like I always say, I hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys again for another one. Bye.